Hey lifers, welcome back to the channel. This is a Jay in the Life. I'm Jay, and this is M's brother, Preston. Okay, this is not M. I know, like... And so just the other day, we just saw Captain America: Brave New World, the new movie. We saw it a week late. We didn't see, like, opening weekend. Right. What were your, like, expectations going into this movie?
It was basically nothing.
Me too.
I wanted to not shoot high.
Yeah, like...
Because we haven't had one in so long.
We really haven't, like, I was excited, I think just in general, of being in the Marvel Universe again. Because Deadpool we were, but it also didn't feel like we were. Like, we were kind of, like, Deadpool's kind of, like, outside of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, they did tons of Fox stuff.
Yeah.
And
so,
it was fun.
we're literally in, like, production hell or whatever. Like,
yeah.
that's what they should have called. And the movie met these expectations of me just thinking it was going to be, like, a fun, cheesy action movie.
Yeah. That's definitely how I felt about it. It
Yeah.
was not amazing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. But I love these type of movies. Like, you can just, like, chill out. It doesn't have to be an intense endgame, huge stakes. Like, we know nothing that important's gonna happen.
Right.
We got another random ass villain. He was fun.
Not too random though.
No, actually, because he
was from the original
yes.
Hulk, which was really cool to see them doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's the same actor.
I say the original, not the original, but the one with Edward Norton.
Yeah, they really pulled in that first Incredible Hulk movie more into the universe because that felt very separated from the rest of the universe.
It really did.
Because of the recasting.
Yeah.
They even brought back Liv Tyler, and, like,
was cool.
The only thing I remember her from the movie is she's like, Bruce. Like, she said Bruce like that a million times. Yeah. And that's how she talks. She's like, even in this one.
It's been so long since I've seen The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't remember who she was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Black Nelson. So he was in the original Hulk. He played Samuel Stearns.
Yes.
Yeah, or The Leader, I guess is his comic book name. I did have to look that up. I had no idea.
I only knew because of Marvel Snap,
honestly. Yeah. I have a
green guy with a big brain.
Yeah, I was gonna watch the, like, new Rockstars episode about this, of the movie, but I haven't got around to yet, so I don't know, like, every little Easter egg. So it came out February 14th. This was a Valentine's release. What do you think about them releasing it on Valentine's? Because I wonder what else. I forgot to Google this, but I wonder what it went up against. I can't remember what came out. But do you think a lot of people went to see it on Valentine's, like, as a date?
As a date? I mean, big fucking nerds.
Yeah. But I guess it is a thing to do with your kids. Once you have kids and you're, like, in a relationship.
Yeah.
I guess, and the kids are like, we want to do something for Valentine's. Like, I guess it's...
Or just to get away from you.
Oh, yeah, I guess I mean, that's... Yeah.
Paddington?
In Paddington. Okay, so I mean, I guess it was smart in that it didn't really have a lot of competition.
It looks like it didn't have much at all.
And so the runtime was 1 hour and 58, which I did appreciate.
That was good.
Was not 3 hours.
Yeah. It did not need.
I was so relieved when I saw the runtime. Like, I'm sorry. I'm tired of moving. Like, yeah, you can give us a 3-hour endgame, but we don't need a 3-hour every movie.
Yes.
Like, it's just you're just stealing our time, Marvel.
Unless it is the only movie coming out that year.
Oh yeah, and Deadpool.
I wanted as much Deadpool as I could get.
Yeah, actually,
and Wolverine.
It was really interesting what they did in 2024, only doing one movie.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, maybe, like, with the writer's strike and everything happening, they were kind of like, fuck it, let's just push everything? I mean, because I wonder why. Maybe it was intentional, like, they kind of really want to just reset the universe.
I mean, they had a bunch of shows, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were...
Oh, yeah, you're right. A lot of shows did come out, actually.
It was, Agatha All Along came out at the end of the year.
Echo. What If.
What If, season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did have, that stuff, so.
So it wasn't like they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's just that was the only big blockbuster movie. And it was worth it.
It was worth it, because it was
worth it.
It was such a good movie, and it was such a big event. It was cool for Deadpool, and it was the perfect character to start with the Fox universe, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, definitely.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense anyway.
Speaking of Fox universe.
Yeah.
Adamantium.
Oh yeah, Adamantium. Before we get into that, so the opening weekend domestically, it made $88 million. The budget for the movie was $180 million. So domestically, $88 million. Like, I feel like And then like worldwide, it made like 150. I feel like that's a little low for opening weekend for a Marvel movie. Usually they make their money back.
Yeah.
But worldwide so far, it's made 289 million. So it's definitely not a flop.
No.
Honestly, did better than I thought it would in the box office. I didn't think it was going to be pushing 300 million.
I didn't see as much advertising for it besides Red Hulk, Red Hulk, Red Hulk, Red Hulk.
Yeah, it really.
Falcon.
Yeah.
That was pretty much everything was just
So they-
around Red Hulk.
So they probably didn't really even spend more than like 20 million on advertising. So they probably made about 100 million off this movie, I would say. Which
more than I'd ever made.
yeah, yeah, which is like really good. I mean, I know it's funny to be like only 100 million, like, but when it comes to Marvel, where they've made billions of dollars off one movie, we can like wait till the end if you wanted to give like our rankings. If you do have an out of 10 ranking for this movie yet, I really don't. I want to like listen to what you have to say first. But IMDb gave it a 6.1 out of 10. And Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score is 49% and critics is 80%. And so, so how Rotten Tomatoes works is that it's just the percentage of positive reviews. So it's not that like it's got a 49 out of 100. It's just 49% of the audience scores were positive. So less than half. And then the critics score 80% of the critic scores were positive. So that's interesting that the critics liked it more than the audience.
That is not normal.
I didn't think that would happen with this movie, but I mean, maybe it's because the audience doesn't care about these characters. I don't know. Because I mean, I do. I mean, I like Sam as Cap.
I love Sam as Cap so much more after Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, after the show.
I loved seeing their interactions.
That was great.
Zemo coming back. I loved them being able to bond over the fact that Steve was their best friend.
Yeah.
They fucking hated each other.
Yes, that was great. So what's a topic from the movie you want to talk about? Adamantium?
Adamantium, for sure.
Yes. That is so... Yeah, because that was one of my topics I wanted to talk about too, of like just Celestial Island in general.
Yeah.
So that is a really cool way that they brought in Adamantium. I mean...
It's cool.
Does it feel convenient though?
It feels convenient.
Like, because it doesn't feel planned. Because I think I even asked you that in the theater.
Yes,
like, do you think they planned this? And there's no way that when they were making Eternals, they're like, this is how we're going to get Adamantium. I mean...
It felt like it felt like a lot of things in this movie were things that just kind of slipped through the cracks, and they're like, oh, let's just pull that back out. Let's just pull that back out, and just we can pull all these things that we kind of just left by the wayside, and then put them in this movie and have it feel more cohesive, because that's kind of what we've been missing with this whole multiverse thing.
Yeah,
is nothing has been cohesive because
they're like just
explain
another universe.
It's just another universe.
Yes.
So I feel like they were trying to, kind of piece back their universe more.
Yeah.
With this.
Yeah, because it felt like it was intentionally more contained of a movie.
Yeah.
Like where they wanted to go back down to like quote unquote, even though Captain America isn't a street level or whatever. Yes. Like they wanted to, which that's one of the reasons why I love Winter Soldier. Like, so do you like the first three Captain Americas?
Not really.
Not really?
Not crazy.
Oh.
I mean, Civil War was one of the best, right? It was one of the best movies in general.
Yeah.
But the first Captain America, I don't know.
It's like a nostalgia feeling for me, because it is slow, though.
It's so slow.
It's very slow.
I watched it again recently, and it was much better with, all of the information.
Yeah.
Knowing what happens to Red Skull.
Yeah. That was cool.
And being able to have questions like, so like that dude just got vaporized, but he didn't. Where did that dude go?
Yeah.
I want a whole show about where that dude went.
Yeah, I know.
He could have just gone into space somewhere.
Yeah.
He could have been on in nowhere for all we know.
Yeah, honestly.
Like they could just he could have been an extra at some point and nobody's noticed yet, right?
I like period pieces, I guess, and like old timey stuff. So like it was cool to go back in the 40s with that and back then, and like it definitely like it isn't super high on my ranking. We should do that. That'd be a good episode idea to rank the Marvel, like every time a new movie comes out, do an official ranking.
Yeah, and just see if it makes the list.
Yeah.
This one wouldn't.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Make the list of what, like your top
10.
Top 10. Oh no, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
not top 10.
It, like I said, it
Top
was not
20?
a bad.
Wait, how many Marvel?
I think there was 38 last time I checked,
Okay.
and so there's probably like 40-ish now.
Okay, so if there's about 40, so I think this would, would it break top 20? Maybe top 30?
It would be really on the line.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't stand out as one of the best movies.
Yeah, it feels very like phase 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it feels like one of the
setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but one of like it almost felt like an obligatory like filler movie on some levels. Was this movie completely necessary for like the Marvel universe? I guess not. I mean, I guess it's important like that we got to flesh out Sam
as Captain America, as the leader of the new Avengers, right?
Okay, yeah. So I get so that make this. Oh, yeah, you're right.
I think that's really this movie is set up. This movie is phase 2.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Phase 4, or 5, or whatever we're on now. I can't keep track anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just say we're in the mutant saga because that sounds cool.
Yes, it does sound cool.
I don't know. Yeah, because I guess you're right. That's why it is It is an important movie, I think, going forward. Because this will like, now when he sets up Avengers, well, like we saw his emotional growth a little bit.
Yeah.
But a little bit, but he didn't really like change. Like he didn't have much of a character arc because he was like a selfless hero in the beginning and a selfless hero at the end.
I think that it just reinforced more of what happened with Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I did like that interaction with Bucky.
I think that it just reinforced it. There was multiple jokes about, oh shit, I should have taken the Soldier Serum.
Yeah, there was.
There was multiple jokes about that. But in the end, he did the job. And he got pat on the back.
Yeah.
From everybody.
Yeah.
And he
didn't need the serum.
He's filling his role.
Yeah.
Because Steve knew he could.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Bucky's not.
Yeah. So I guess his character arc is that it's not that he had to like change as a person. It's almost like he had to accept himself as Captain America.
Yeah.
Like he almost had imposter syndrome.
Absolutely.
And so, or he did have imposter. And so I guess that was his character arc of getting over that. Like, was he over that, you think, by the end of the movie?
I think he's still struggling with it.
Yeah, probably.
But I mean, I feel like it, like I said, it's reinforcing the lessons of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Of him picking up the shield.
Yeah.
It took him so long to pick that thing up.
It really did. And it is so cool to see him in the shield. And like the action scenes with him, with the wings and the shield.
Yes.
So
the vibranium.
Cool. Yes, like it's so cool. Like I was living for all of the fights because I've always loved Falcon's like choreography or fight choreography.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What's the actor's name again?
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
Whatever he did to train for the choreography for this movie, he fucking killed it. That was honestly my favorite part of this whole movie, was every scene where I got to see him kicking ass of like 17 different people at once.
Yeah, it was great. Like, he's such a badass. Like, I've always loved, like, even in Ant-Man, that tiny role, that's like one of the best parts of that movie.
Yes.
Is when he interacts with Ant-Man. Like, Anthony Mackie, I was looking through his IMDb, and like, there are a few things, like, other than being Falcon, he's like, that's really kind of what was his breakout role. But he was in a lot of things, like, do you ever watch the Netflix show Altered Carbon?
I started it.
Yeah, so he was in like the second season of that.
We're gonna get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Started it, never finished it.
Which, me too. Abraham Lincoln really Vampire Hunter
stuff too.
I know.
There's so many good things that I started.
There's too much.
There's too much.
You can't keep up with everything.
And I don't have time for anything.
No, there's no way. He was in Real Steel with Hugh Jackman. And then he played Tupac in the movie Notorious. I didn't know he played Tupac.
Okay.
I kind of want to watch that movie now. I never saw it. The Hurt Locker.
That sounds like the best movie out of all the things on the list so far.
Yeah. The Adjustment Bureau. I've never seen that. Eagle Eye with like Shia LaBeouf. $1 Million Baby, and he was in 8 Mile. So those are like the movies that I knew of, like when I was looking through his IMDb. But yeah, overall though, I really do like him as an actor and as Captain America.
Love him.
I think he took up the mantle really well.
He's great.
I need to shout out Red Wing. That's probably like my favorite character of the movie.
Yes. Who wouldn't stop freaking out the whole time.
I don't know.
Red Wing. Oh, Red Wing.
I love him so much. Like, he's just such a badass, and he
never makes a sound.
I know.
I think there's so much emotion tied up in just a little tiny robot floating around.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito. That man can do no wrong.
Yes. And
Sidewinder. I don't know who that is. I'm not as big of a comic nerd as you are, but watching him work in any role, makes me want to learn about Sidewinder and Copperhead and Serpent in general.
Yeah.
Like, they were like an anti-Shield thing, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. It was kind of like Team Rocket.
Yeah.
I guess. Like,
was Sidewinder and Copperhead cool in the comics?
I don't know much about them either.
'Cause they were like cartel in this movie.
They probably did, like, make them a little cooler, like, for the movie, I'm sure. I mean, everything, really.
Their name is Serpent and Sidewinder and Copperhead.
Yeah, so, but I mean, that would be a really cool, like, 4-episode miniseries on Disney Plus about them.
I would love that.
Yeah, like, that would be, like,
and they really just, Giancarlo Esposito is so amazing.
So good.
So
always good.
Good at what he does. And the blue contacts were weird.
It was weird, but it kind of, like, it fit in a weird way. Like, the overall villains of the movie was definitely, like, the leader, which I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah.
That was, like, a random pull.
Yeah.
He just never felt that threatening.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
I think that it was, the reason he didn't feel threatening was because he just was like, oh, Falcon, or Captain America, you're just a wild card. I can never account for you.
Yeah,
like, he felt a little...
It just didn't really, like, I understand his motivation of, like, he was, like, a prisoner forever and wasn't released or whatever.
Oh, yeah. No.
But he wasn't...
Ross fucked him over.
He really did, but he didn't... But I feel like that just wasn't really portrayed that much. Like, he was very calm and collected the whole movie, and then, like, I think it was also the editing or whatever with him. Like, there was just random shots where he would just, like, walk up to someone by himself, and he's just like, I'm gonna kill you. Like, he did that. There was a couple times where he would just, like, appear and then just killed someone. And it wasn't, like, threatening. It was just kind of...
It was even off-screen most of the time.
Yeah, like... So, it was really weird. Like, I was almost like they didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
They
didn't know what to do with him except for his really dramatic reveal. Like, well, look at this fucked up mutant, dude. Like,
yeah, I mean...
Let's keep him in the shadows for half the movie, and then as soon as we reveal him, you're like, oh my god.
Which I guess, like, they were trying, like, hiding the big reveal, but...
They did a good job with that.
Yeah, they really did.
But the rest of him was just kind of, it fell flat.
Yeah, so, like, again, like, the villain... I wasn't a huge fan of, but I was a huge fan of Ruth. I love her, the new Black Widow.
Yes, she was awesome.
Yeah.
Really rubbed me the wrong way at first.
Yeah, at first I didn't like her.
Stickler.
I didn't like her at all.
And then they were like, oh, she's ex-Widow. And I was like, okay.
As soon as they said she's ex-Widow, for something switched.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's cool as fuck.
Yeah. And then she started being like, well, actually, there's something to all this that we were saying, like... Yeah, well, because I actually investigate this. And then she started talking back to the President of the United States.
Yes, that was fierce.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, she's so, like, tiny. She's like 4 feet. So and she's such a badass. Yeah, I did, because I think at first, too, I also didn't know, like, who she worked for or whatever.
Right.
So then once I realized, like, she was a widow, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I really loved her. I looked her up, and I didn't recognize any of the movies she was in because they're all foreign.
Mm-hmm.
But her name's Shira Haas, and I really love her, and I hope she comes back for somewhere. Like, maybe in Thunderbolts or something. I don't know. It'd be cool if she showed up somewhere.
Doomsday.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna show up.
We can talk about Doomsday later, but, like...
Oh, yeah, Doomsday.
Like, post-credit scene.
Yes, the post-credit scene. Let's talk about Joaquin Torres, Danny Ramirez.
He was cool.
Yeah, I like him.
He was funny.
The new Falcon. Yeah, he was kind of like, he was very one-note, very, very predictable in his whole storyline. Like, you even predicted it, because they said, he was like, you better not die.
Yeah, like 3 times. And after that time, I was like, that dude's dying right now.
Yeah. So it was very extremely painfully obvious that he was, because, like, he was in Top Gun Maverick. So it was, so his storyline was giving a Top Gun feeling of, like, he's like, don't go for it. He's like, I can do it. Like, the over-eager, like,
And I was like, oh, this is it right here.
Yeah, it was like a little too predictable.
Which, I mean, it's an action movie.
But that's
supposed to be.
But I think that's why I like him so much, because it was so cheesy. And it was just giving, like, stupid Tom Cruise movie. Enjoy him a lot. And, of course, he's hot. Which there wasn't really a lot of hot girls in this movie for you, was there? That sucks. I'm trying to think.
I mean, the new Widow was really hot.
Oh, yeah, the new Widow. I forgot. We were just talking.
I mean, personality-wise alone.
We were just talking about her. I'm like, there's no other girls in this movie.
There wasn't a lot, though. There was Tyler and her, basically.
Yeah, her and Liv Tyler, really.
Oh, and the President's Security.
Yeah, so that's like potential Sam love interest, right?
Yeah, oh,
are you getting those? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it seems like they have a history.
Or they are dating or something.
Something's going on there.
Well, yeah, and Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley, the original Captain America. I do like that they brought him in. That
he was so cool.
Yeah, I liked his storyline a lot.
Yes, I liked his storyline in this.
And his acting is so good. That was the one moment, the one part of the movie where I actually felt So I like to do like there was like this. There used to be this YouTube channel called like Action Movie Guys, and they would like do this type of content.
Yeah.
And they would say their fist pump moment would be for a movie when you're like, yeah. And so like I kind of want to bring in like a fist pump moment of every movie. And mine was, which is a weird fist pump moment, Isaiah Bradley getting arrested. Because his emotion when he looked at Sam and said, I don't want to go back, that was literally his worst fear. And it was the one time where I was like, whoa, like it was the first time, no offense to any of the other actors or anything, but that was the first time where I'm like, this is acting. Like I was like, oh, like I was moved. Yeah. Like that was the first time I felt emotion in this movie, I think.
Yeah.
Was him, because he's such a good actor. He was known for Alias. He was in like every season of Alias, and he was mostly TV. He was on the show Supergirl as Martian Manhunter's dad.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did like him in Supergirl. So, but he's a really, I think he was a standout of the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, he brought the emotion.
And that scene, yeah, when he was taken back, and he was like, I can't go back in. Like, oh, that was done so well.
Yeah. And I think that they did justice to the story from Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they did
They did justice to that by bringing him into the movie.
I'm really glad they brought him into the movie. Yeah. It is cool to see him on the big screen too.
And he was, when he had his like brainwash moment, and he's just running, and I didn't know that was like one of the only times that I was like, what the hell is happening right now? Is he Hydra? Is he like,
that's why
is he brainwashed? And he just had a trigger moment because we heard the music.
Yeah, the music.
And I was like, oh, what's going on? Is this Hydra shenanigans again?
Yeah.
And then it was like, once he got to the fountain, he was like, what happened?
Yeah,
where
am
I?
Too.
It was like a real dementia moment, and like again, I was like, is he just getting old?
Yeah, because
what is happening?
Yeah, because like, what happens if a super soldier goes into dementia?
Right.
It's kind of like it's giving like Logan with like with the professor and stuff.
Yes.
That was really. I think that entire sequence is my fist pump moment of the movie. Like that was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that was so well. Like actually had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
You felt for him because any of the other characters, like I guess I would be upset if Sam died, but I'm just not. I don't think I would be affected if any of the other characters died. Like when Joaquin fell, I was like,
I mean, he's not gonna die.
Yeah, I was like,
if he did, it would have been like maybe sort of been a little bit high.
But Isaiah Bradley getting arrested, I was like, no, like that was so he was. I really love him in this movie,
and it when he was like, I'm gonna get you out.
Yes,
I didn't know if he would.
I know, and it did bring out good acting in Anthony Mackie. Like they play off each other well.
They really do.
And that was a fun scene of like the training when he was like trying to fight him and stuff. Yeah, and it was really cool how they showed him running too. That like he's an old Captain America.
Yeah.
So like he was still running at super speed, but like with kind of a limp, and like they did it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I did like that. Talk about, and then the director is Julius Ona. I don't know how to pronounce his name. This is a directorial debut. I couldn't find anything. I've only seen him he produced some movies, and that's it. And I don't recognize any of the movies. Lucy and the girl and
Lucy, I watched Lucy.
Luse or Luce?
No.
Luce. So I don't even know if it's pronounced Lucy. Luce, yeah. I don't know. And then the girl is in trouble. So he produced those movies. The head writer was Rob Edwards, and he's famous for like Disney movies. He wrote The Princess and the Frog and Treasure Planet.
Great movies.
So, and then the other two writers, they both worked on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the TV show.
Okay. And so as far as like directing goes,
yeah,
it was fine.
It was fine.
There was definitely moments where I was like, eh. And there was moments where I was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, like the direction itself, and one big thing I did want to bitch about was the score. The music, I wasn't feeling the music.
What even happened with the music?
It
wasn't memorable at all for me.
That's what I mean. Like, it was just so generic and like almost annoying. Like, I don't know, like when like something like dramatic would happen.
That was. Remember when I was like
you mentioned it.
I was like, oh wow, there's ominous music playing when they're having a meeting with the president. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Like literally, if there was subtitles, it would say ominous music. Yeah. So like the score was a little basic. But that's not the director's fault necessarily. The direction was just kind of whatever. One note. It wasn't really interesting. I will say. I could tell the minute of screenplay when they ran out of budget.
Yes, at the end.
At the end, it was very noticeable.
Yeah, it was very
the
noticeable.
Green screen was crazy. If we had a green screen here, we could make it look better. Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah.
I was like...
The shadows were off.
I was like, where did they... But it was crazy because then it would cut to Red Hulk and he looked like perfect.
Yeah, he was... Like, they did so much... They put so much money into Red Hulk that it seemed like they just ran out of a little bit of money for green screen.
Yeah.
And like...
It was too much.
They maybe had to do like a...
I think it was reshoots. Yeah, it was definitely reshoots.
And they just couldn't afford to do a crazy reshoot.
Yeah, because you could tell, because the rest of the cast wasn't, you could tell like it was Anthony Mackie reshot.
Their heads weren't there.
Yeah, their heads weren't there, and it was like blur. It was just so crazy to me, and it almost felt disappointing because I'm like, Red Hulk looks so good, and then it would cut to Anthony Mackie, and I'm like, the fuck? Mm-hmm. Like, it was so weird. It was...
That and there was one shot where they were driving down the road and it did like a flip upside down thing.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I hate that angle for every movie.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a good angle.
And it only I'm trying to think of like the original movie Wrong Turn did that really well.
Yeah. If it's meant to be like, we're going to disorient you.
Yes. Or Midsommar. Midsommar does that extremely well.
I think that it's good for horror. I don't think it's good for anything else.
No.
Maybe an action shot on like a fighter jet.
Yeah, maybe, but not just that. Yeah, it needs to have more meaning behind it.
Yeah,
because like with Midsommar, it felt like that was a great transition of going upside down because you're like we're not home anymore.
Yeah.
What?
I love that our first episode is like, this movie was fine.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we're honestly saying a lot of more positive things, I bet, than most people on YouTube right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
So...
Because it was fine.
Yeah, like...
I want to be fair to it, but I also want to shit on it where it was bad.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the fun in doing movie reviews.
Yeah. The writing. The writing was well done.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't think that there was anything missing from it. I think that the actors did a good job executing what the writers had planned.
Yeah.
The director maybe had some really good moments and some really bad moments.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any crazy holes besides just the cobbling together and trying to amalgamate.
And that comes not from the writers. That comes from the studio.
Yeah.
Like, I bet it was like there was 3 writers on this movie.
Yeah.
2 of them have writing credits. One of them only had producer credits. I bet that third writer was Feige's guy to make sure like the studio notes were in it.
Yeah.
Laughing with the movie or at the movie.
I was laughing with the movie when they made the jokes. The jokes in the movie, every single one of them landed.
Yeah.
It was legit, right? Legit was the term.
Well, I can't remember exactly what they said, but it was like they had like terms for it where like there was like 3 terms. It was like there was one where like the movie was like I guess serious, so like a serious movie, and then a like camp, not serious movie completely, and then there was like a middle section.
Yeah, the middle section. This movie really just line drives it
right in the middle.
There is no curve
of being like serious and camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's how, I'll come up with like more things. If you want to come up with like segment ideas and stuff too, we can think of stuff. But I'll think of a better way to say that. But I think you understand the meaning of what I was trying to get at, of like where it's like real or camp. And I think it's just like it goes like, because there were some parts of the movie where I did find myself laughing at the movie.
Yeah. I mean, the green screen.
The green screen
was probably the biggest moment.
But it wasn't a lot.
I literally heard you laugh in the theater.
Yeah, I was like, well,
what the fuck is
it happening? Was wild. I was looking around. I was literally being like, "Are you gonna fix this for Blu-ray?" Like,
yeah.
It was crazy, but
and mine was the ominous stinger.
Yeah,
when we were meeting with the president, that was where I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening." Oh, and then the opening scene with
that was wild,
dude. It felt like a flashback.
Yeah, so you were like, so he showed up like right as the movie was starting.
Yeah.
And did you watch the Fantastic Four trailer?
I didn't see any.
Oh my god. Yeah, so you haven't watched, so it's online now, but that was amazing. So you missed the trailer, but that's and right when you walk in, it's the beginning scene of like Harrison Ford is basically at a Trump rally.
He's holding a Trump rally. And I sit down and he's like giving his like, "We're gonna make America great again." And I'm like, holy fuck, dude, this feels...
It was wild. I was like, this is a documentary.
They really hit the nail.
Yeah, they really did. Harrison Ford... Yeah, we didn't... Oh, wait, I forgot. We didn't even talk about Harrison Ford, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine.
He was the Trump of the movie.
And they really humanized him.
We're like, maybe Trump will turn into the Red Hulk. I don't know. I just, like... Maybe he's on gamma radiation meds.
Yeah.
I don't...
That's why he's so orange.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he just turns to the Orange Hulk. We need the Orange Hulk edits.
Give me the line
right away.
Live wire Hulk.
Yeah, we need it. Yeah, that was insane. Like, yeah, it was so obvious that he's not going to be trustworthy. I mean, he hasn't been trustworthy since the first Marvel movie ever.
Right.
Which...
But they really tried to hit that part home. It was like, Falcon. I keep calling him Falcon. He's Captain America now. Captain America. He kept, coming back.
Yeah.
To Ross's character.
Yeah.
They made a big point of it at the beginning when he was like, "Oh no, like
he literally hunted you down."
Yeah. Why would you go back? Yeah. He put you in the raft, and he's like, "Well, because like it's Captain America. He's the president of the United States. We got to be hand in hand. Kumbaya."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I'm gonna do everything I can to unite the country."
Yeah.
And so they started it there, and then throughout the movie, Ross keeps wish-washing between, and even leaders said, "Oh, I'll bet you, right? Like that he's gonna turn into the Red Hulk and freak the fuck out."
Yeah.
And Falcon and Captain America's like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose that fucking bet."
Yeah, I know, that was so funny though that it didn't work out for him, and he was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, but then in the end, he did.
He did.
He got.
And they destroyed the White House. Like, this felt like an attack. Yeah. This movie felt very like. I don't know. This is conspiracy theory again, but it feels like there was some reshoots here to say do some type of something against the White House and this administration. It felt very like we weren't supposed to. Like, it was in a weird way anti-Trump.
I could see the
just because of the president is the main. It literally destroys the White House. Mm-hmm. I mean, actually, that's
kind of what happens.
So that's actually literally they just put it on screen.
So is Musk leader then, and he's just pulling the strings with his Dogecoin behind him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's freaking me out. We can't get into this because
subtext of that in this movie.
I mean, now that I just said that out loud, they literally showed a Trump-esque president destroying the White House.
Getting all ragey and mad and destroying the White House.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think reshoots were there. I mean...
Since November? You think they had time to fully...
That's what the green screen felt like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that part, yes, but... I don't know. I don't think they would have had enough time.
Yeah,
money,
they wouldn't.
Resources.
Because if Kamala was president right now, this movie would just... I guess it would also be what if Trump got president? So I guess it would still work anyway.
Yeah.
And people would be laughing at it more. So maybe they were anticipating her to win, and then they'd be like, "This is what would have happened if Trump won," and then it did. And we're like, "Oh, But I don't know, I hate bringing politics into fun movie stuff like this, but they literally they inserted politics.
Yeah. Quite literally.
Because
like, they made him the president of the United States.
And then destroyed the White House.
On the nose.
Yeah. Like, I don't, it's just wild. And like...
And so, like, yeah, like, it might have, you know, subconsciously gotten into the subtext of the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more on the nose with the Red Hulk destroying the White House thing, but...
yeah.
But I don't think that it was so intentional that...
No.
That they did it completely on purpose. Post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Really had to kind of think outside the box.
Yeah.
They're coming. Okay. I've seen the statistical anomalies.
They're coming, and what did he call them? The others? Did he call them the others?
Yeah.
Okay, lost. So is he basically like so the other like parallels?
Yeah, my theory is that it's setting up for Doomsday. This movie was all set up.
Yeah, I was honestly let down by the post-credit scene because it was only a post. They didn't even give us a mid.
They didn't give us a mid, which I was very disappointed. The lights came up, and I was like, really?
Yeah. And then it was just him going, they're coming. Which they also said, like, what was the end of Shang-Chi? Didn't they say that at the end of Shang-Chi as well? They're coming. Or no, there was another movie where Shang-Chi showed up and he was like, they're coming.
Ooh. Yeah, what was that movie?
I think that was like Thor 4. Like, how many Thors are there? I think it was like Love and Thunder, maybe. I don't know. Or no, Love and Thunder was...
Was it even a movie? Was it at the end of a show? I feel like I remember that at the end of a show.
No, I think that was at the end of Shang-Chi, I think. Because then they go and see... They, like, Doctor Strange, like, shows up or whatever, and then they go and see Captain Marvel.
That's right.
And then they're like, what is it? Like, something's coming. So, and so... Wait, do you care for me to spoil the Fantastic Four trailer?
No.
Okay, Galactus is in it.
I did know that.
So maybe they're talking about, like, maybe they're talking about Galactus, or... No,
he's coming.
No, because Fantastic Four is in the past, and in a different universe. If you see the trailer's so cool. It looks like a Jetsons.
It was the first family, right? Like, so yeah. That's kind of what they're going for on this one. This, like, fourth iteration of Fantastic Four.
Yeah, hopefully this one sticks.
Fourth time's the charm
also,
for Fantastic Four.
The leader, was in the 2015 Fantastic Four. He was, I don't know what he was, but he was in that movie.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of people that were in those movies.
Yeah, so it's gonna go like that, like, or like OG family, like it's like 70s but like futuristic. Yes. Like it looks so cool. I'm really excited for that movie.
I really hope they bring Spider-Man
in. But yeah, so I guess that probably is just pushing, but Doomsday isn't, or the next Avengers movie is so far away, right?
Right. But I mean, they've been doing this forever. I mean, I was watching.
You're right, actually.
With Captain America, I believe it was the first.
Yeah.
Appearance of Thanos.
Yeah, you're right. Holy shit.
And it was really
Thanos didn't show up until it was really bad.
It was terrible.
It was like the foot face and...
Oh, no. It was Avengers.
Yeah.
I watched Avengers recently, too.
And so that literally didn't happen until Infinity War, which is...
Right. And you know,
And who knows, maybe Robert Downey Jr. will get canceled for something and they'll have to pick a new person. Because we all remember it was supposed to be Kang.
Okay? Yes. And then he did... some terrible things.
And then, but the really, really stupid and annoying thing that Marvel did was do that post-credit scene of all the Infinite Kangs looking like him. When we're in a multiverse, they could recast him. Yes. But now they made it so they can't recast him because they showed every iteration the actor. I mean, I guess.
I mean, they can recast.
I know, but all those iterations.
They've recast before.
I mean, I guess it is infinite.
I mean, they literally just did this movie about Incredible Hulk.
You're right.
Tying so much of that.
And Ross was recasted, and Incredible Hulk was recasted.
Yeah.
So
I love that joke, too. They said lose the mustache or lose the presidency.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, like, I think the next movie is Thunderbolts. What are your predictions for that? Do you think it's gonna...
Is Red Hulk supposed to be in there?
I don't know, because
I mean, I know that they've done so many like fan edits of that poster.
Yeah,
but, like, I don't even know who's actually supposed to be in it. I saw that Red Guardian, and the other Black Widow girl there.
Yeah.
From
Florence Pugh. Yeah, and then there's like Ghost, I think, from Ant-Man.
Yeah, from Ant-Man, the first one.
It's gonna be a fun lineup. It's gonna be like Marvel Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
I hope they do it well.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope Ross is in it because it's Thunderbolts.
Right.
That would make sense. Do we know who the vice president is in this universe?
No, they never got shown up.
So then I guess they're gonna be the president.
I'm really just appreciating Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
Because, like, it was the only one we got, but it was so good.
It was so good.
It was so good. And then Bullseye's supposed to be in it, too, in the original Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Bullseye is from the Netflix show, the Daredevil show.
Yes.
He was so hot, the actor, and then not by the end of it, but, but he, and it was Colin Farrell.
Was the original.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, with the Evanescence movie. Yes. It's all I think of with Elektra.
The tattoo guy was like my favorite part of
the
Elektra movie.
Yeah, that was what? No, that was in the Daredevil movie.
It was in the tattoo guy was in the Daredevil movie?
No,
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the Elektra movie.
I liked him.
No, I did too.
I did.
I didn't hate the movie. I mean, I obviously was a kid when I watched it.
I saw it when I was like 12, and I was like, I want to fucking throw anything perfectly. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was so dope too. And of course, my inner gay looked up to Elektra, and I was just like, when she just became like, her dad died, and she just instantly, she's like, now I know how to use these scythes, or what are they called? Scythes. And she's like, I know how to use these all of a sudden, and she's just like, perfect.
Yeah.
It's like the quickest montage, and then she's just an expert. I love it. I'm like, I want to be that for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
And I wanted to be edgy and cool, wear a trench coat.
Yeah.
Tattoo on my forehead with cards.
Yeah. Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, I think, are going to be really good movies. I'm really excited for that. And I'm so excited for Daredevil. So I do think we're going to get a lot of good content.